Hey everybody, it's Valkoor. Welcome back to more Inscryption Kaycee's mod. I'm gonna give you an immediate heads up. This part of the video is post-commentated because I lost the audio, or rather the audio just didn't record for the first 20 minutes or so of this run. But this is a pretty good run, so here I am post-commentating it for you. I'm gonna get right off with thank you to the YouTube commenters on the first run of Inscryption. Give me some really helpful tips, including to try and solve the kind of painting puzzle that is in Leshy's cabin at the start of the run here. You'll probably see me go over to it in just a second here to kind of see what is on the board for this one, and it's a pronghorn and an elk fawn. I guess the idea is if you put them on the board in that pattern, you get some new items unlocked, which could be pretty helpful. So we're going to be trying to do that this run, and probably trying to hit up as many of the deer areas as we can. And then the other helpful tips I got from the YouTube comments are that you really want to keep your deck as thin as possible, which makes sense. It's a roguelike deck builder, because you want to draw your good cards as quickly as you can. You may also kind of save scum in Inscryption, like you can in Slay the Spire, if a fight's going really badly and you might want to try a different strategy. And you can check your deck anytime you're not in a battle by hitting W twice, which is pretty nifty. So we're going to be trying kind of an ant build on this run. We'll see how it goes. You're gonna hear some repeats once I realize the commentary is actually live about 20 minutes in. But one of the ideas here for thinning out the deck is using campfires. So every time you go to a campfire, from my understanding at least, you get the first upgrade guaranteed, and the second upgrade has a chance to just kill your card rather than upgrading it. So the idea is to thin out your deck by doing campfires twice every time on cards that you don't really care about, because if it gets eaten, oh well, you thinned your deck down, hooray. If it doesn't get eaten, you've now put two actually pretty good upgrades on a card, and it might become much more worth playing. Like in this example, I have a Stoat now that does 3 damage for 1 blood, which is pretty sick, honestly. Like, you can't complain about that too much. So the way ants work in this game, from my understanding, their attack power is equal to how many ant-type creatures you have on the board, including an ant queen. They seem pretty okay. I mean, they max out at like 16 damage a turn across all of them, which is pretty cool. Can't be too bad. And that bullfrog is a flying block creature, which is fine. Playing a second worker ant alongside the ant queen will double both of their damage, essentially, which is pretty good. Play a squirrel, and then don't bother, really, because we'll finish it off with the ant queen damage. So other things you really want to do to try and keep your deck thin, from my understanding, is, as I'm motioning with my mouse there, you want to try and visit a lot of the sigil spaces. And I got lucky here. This cockroach has a great sigil ability to put onto other cards, because the cockroach isn't very good by itself. But putting its unkillable ability, which I get the chance to do here, onto a card you care about a lot more, like my ant queen, potentially, is pretty great. Helps a lot. So that's pretty lovely. So yeah, you can use campfires to try and mix cards. You can, you always want to try and like consolidate your sigils onto specific cards to get a lot of damage on them. And the other way you can kind of skip getting cards is those cave trials that you sometimes see. You might end up wanting to kind of fail them on purpose if you can, if you feel like you don't need any more cards. They do sometimes give pretty strong cards with like a lot of sigils on them, but it is still fattening up your deck. So if you've already got a good thing going, you might want to deliberately fail them by like selecting a bone trial when you don't have enough cards in your deck that cost bones to remotely work. Other than that, I mean, visiting the Trapper is a guaranteed pelt, which is deck bloat. It also means if you get to a trader later, you have to spend those pelts to get more cards, which isn't additional deck bloat on top of the pelt at least, but you might not want the cards. So again here, I'm gonna say like, well, I don't really care about my wolf because I have kind of an ant deck thing going on right here. Might as well just kind of try and sack him. But the wolf, alongside the stoat, will instead go up to 5 damage for 2 blood, which is pretty dang powerful for the wolf here. And yeah, it's kind of the gamble to make. If you really don't care about the card either way, you might just get a powerful card out of it, rather than, you know, one you don't really care about as much. This is not scripted, by the way. I'm still just talking off the cuff, but we're gonna take some damage here because these kingfishers are kind of a menace. I don't like them at all. They're really hard to deal with because you can't kill them once they're on the board, which doesn't. They're not blocking you from doing damage back, but like they're kind of scary. I guess if you have a Thorns card, you could kill them. But you need a Thorns flying block card, which is like, not the easiest thing in the world. Now my 5 damage wolf is just going to completely rip through things in the early game here. And so when we visit this species card here, we're gonna be going for deer because we want to fulfill the puzzle. I kind of disagree with a black goat being a deer, but you know. It is what it is. Here I believe we're going to try and give the black goat's ability to, sounds weird, this rabbit pelt card. And like, usually, you know, the rabbit pelts are force traded if you hit a trader, so you have to be careful about that. But this effectively will let me play an uber squirrel, really. It's free, it's a free draw. Well, free play, it doesn't auto get drawn, but it's got 3 blood sacrificed, and you can't normally sacrifice rabbit pelts, so having a 3 blood for free essentially is not too shabby at all. I'm not going to the woodcutter there because I'm trying to just, again, thin my deck down. We're gonna get rid of the bullfrog here and give flying block to, I think our worker ant is what I'm going to give it to. In hindsight, maybe not the best idea. I should have given it to something else, but I mean, none of these 3 cards have very much HP, so it's kind of like, whatever. It's just nice to get the frog out of the deck, really. So we're gonna run into the angler as the first fight here, and this seems to happen a lot. I've seen the angler, I've played about 4 or 5 runs of this in total, including the ones on camera, and I seem to see the angler as the first fight pretty often, oddly. I don't know if it's scripted to be like that. I mean, the prospector was the first fight in chapter 1 of Inscryption, obviously, but so you might see here, due to that rabbit pelt that gave 3 blood, we were able to play the wolf and the stoat on turn 1, which is 8 damage immediately, which is crazy damage. It's pretty good. And then I'm going to actually play the smoke here and sacrifice my stoat to kind of put the ant queen in a position where she's not going to pull a bait bucket out. So it's a free 1 damage. My wolf is unfortunately going to summon a great white. In hindsight, I should have sacked the wolf and played another ant, because he's just going to die for nothing now. You know, hindsight 2020, etc. We are going to play the ant here now, but I would have been in a much better position if I just sacked my wolf to begin with, to make an ant. The battle went fine, as you can see. It wasn't that bad. But yeah, we would have been in a better position if I just sacked the wolf and played an ant. The wolf would have not died to the shark then. Well, he'd be dead. You know what I mean. Now this is an interesting card here. This is the first time I took this card, Child 13. It's kind of like the cat, essentially, in that you can keep sacrificing it and it doesn't actually leave the board. Now it has something over the cat, though. in that when you sacrifice it, it actually kind of gets the beast mechanic from chapter 2. Or was it chapter 3? I don't remember. I think it's chapter 3, where like they switch forms every turn. But when you sacrifice the child, every time you sacrifice it, it flips between its forms. And its other form is actually a flying 1 HP, 2 damage creature, which is pretty good. So we'll see that probably in a fight shortly. I wanted to go to this campfire, couldn't figure out why I couldn't. The rocks that's not a path. The rocks fooled me. Derpity derp. Unfortunately, that also means I'm going to get a pack rat card here. Another tip I read, like, you don't really want a bunch of pack rat cards cluttering up your deck. You usually want to try and have some inventory space open when you hit those item squares. You can transfer the pack rat sigil, and that can be pretty good sometimes, actually. But yeah, you want to be kind of careful with that. So we can use Child 13 here to actually play an ant card turn 1, and as you can see, it's transformed and now has 2 damage and flies. And still is infinitely sacrificable, but if we sacrifice it again, it goes back to normal. Which I hadn't known yet, but oh, I do. So that was a bit of a misplay, I think. Should have probably waited until next turn to play like a squirrel or something with it, and then I would have 3 ants on the board, but I wouldn't have been able to fit them anyway because there was a Grand Fur in the way, and the battle was won in 1 turn regardless, so huzzah, huzzah. I'm not really sure what the play is with these like variable blood card costs yet. I think I took a 3 here. Yeah, and I got a Great White Shark, who I'm not sure how I feel about him yet. A lot of damage, not a lot of HP, but it doesn't matter because he buries himself. Here, yeah, I'm gonna take that pack rat and I'm going to put it onto my Child 13 so that I get an item every time I play the Child 13. Much better than having it on a pack rat, I think. Pack rat's okay, I mean, it's 2 damage, 2 HP, gives an item for 2 blood, but it's kind of clogging the deck, I think. Whereas I always want to play the Child 13 if I can get it out. There's that pronghorn that I really want for my purposes. I'm gonna play the squirrel in a jar here because I'm full on items and I want to get out my ant queen. I'll put her, I think, over on the left. Or, nope. We have 2 more worker ants now. And we are down in terms of where we want to be. We're gonna play another worker ant here, though, in the interest of putting both of their damage up to 2. So we will not quite kill the pronghorn and not actually do any damage either. We're gonna take 2 more damage. Starting to get a little iffy there. A little scary, but we're gonna play a 3rd ant card here. And this is where it starts to actually do pretty great things because we overkill 2 elk fawns on the back with our 3 damage, and our ant queen unopposed puts the scale back to neutral. At this point, I've got a Child 13, I'm like, oh, cool. But it's not really worthwhile to play it right now and drop my damage. So that's the end of that battle. So here we're going to try and deliberately fail this cave trial here. The easiest one I felt I could fail was the kin because I didn't really have any duplicate cards at this point. So it should be easy to fail. And we did indeed fail it. So we didn't get any extra cards. And we're going to get to remove a card out of our deck as well now, which is pretty sweet. I'm going to just kill the elk, I believe, because I don't need him. He's not the elk I'm looking for the purposes of the puzzle. And I'll get a bone token out of it, which is pretty meaningless. It's 1 extra bone at the start of every fight. Like, not particularly exciting, but it does remove the elk from my deck, so I don't have to worry about playing him. Bit of a bad draw here. Not a lot to play. I can't play the 3 damage stoat immediately though. I'm just gonna plop him down and do 3 damage, and it'll stop the Raven from sending me into the bad zone. Here I got my 3-blood rabbit pelt. So that's just gonna let me bring the wolf. Ah, that was a misplay. Didn't catch that one. I obviously didn't have to sacrifice the stoat there. And I shouldn't have sacrificed the stoat there. My bad. Oh, the things you catch when you watch back, huh? That the comment section probably gets mad at you about. So yeah, we didn't need to kill the stoat there because the 3-blood rabbit pelt obviously provided enough for the wolf. That was stupid, but there's the elk fawn that we were looking for. Going after all those deer is certainly helping. And here's another campfire. And here, I'm actually, like, starting to be relatively fond of most of my cards. The Great White's kind of a weak link, but I think what I want to do here is actually give my Ant Queen more HP and not go for the Gambit and worry about sacrificing her after. Because she's a pretty good card. She comes back from the dead if she happens to die. So having 2 more max HP on that, not bad at all. So we're going to the wood carver here. And I don't actually have any carvings yet, so I think I'm going to take the bug head here because I'm kind of running that ant deck. We don't have anything to go along with that yet, so it doesn't do anything, but if we do get a bottom part, it could give our ants something rather useful. Here's the prospector. Where's that hound of mine? We get the smoke because we didn't lose any lives on the way here. And that's going to allow us to play the wolf turn 1, probably. The thing about playing the wolf turn 1 is we're not going to get a chance to attack the pack mule because the wolf does 5 whole damage, which is enough to just immediately end phase 1, and unfortunately turn the wolf into a gold nugget, which is not what you want your wolf to be. We're not really looking for gold experience. Gold, extra gold. We are going to play our 3 damage stoat though immediately, which helps. The Bloodhound's going to move forward, attack the gold nugget, and I'm just going to be able to end the turn. Play the squirrel there, doesn't matter. Stoat's just going to finish it off. Go +2 attack stoat. Pretty lucky that the campfire didn't eat him, I guess, but he's pulling his weight. Thanks, PO6. Now here, we get another Child 13, which is pretty awesome. PO6, it's PO3, sorry, my bad. That's twice of... PO6 is PO3's twice as handsome brother. Yeah, so the one on the right there is actually the trader, which we're not looking to do, because we actually kind of like our single rabbit pelt that we have. I'm going to take a second ant queen here, thinking maybe I could give it to the mycologist. It's like the least offensive of the things I have here. And there was, viewing the deck. We're going to start with the sigil first, though. And I'm like, well, why don't we give the ability to summon ants to another card, particularly to Child 13, because if we play Child 13 and it summons an ant, I can then immediately play an ant off of Child 13, which is gonna be pretty sick, I think. And I'm, kind of just deliberating here. Oh no, do I want to play? Maybe I want to give something swimming. Not really, swimming. I don't know how I feel about it as an ability. And then I'm like, oh, should I give something else the ability to be sacrificed? No, that's a horrible idea. Don't transfer the ability to be sacrificed to something else. That's a stupid idea. So instead, I'm like, do I want to give swimming? Don't want to get rid of the elk fawn because we need the elk fawn to do the whole quest thing if we can get the pronghorn. So then I finally like, oh wait, what if I gave Child 13 the ability to summon ants when I played it? That would be a crazy sick combo, dude. And crazy sick combo it is. Indeed. We got another fight here. We get our extra bone token at the start. Just kind of whatever. And so we're gonna get to see that immediately. if we play the child 13, we get an ant. We can immediately play that ant off of child 13. Probably shouldn't have put the ant there. Don't know why I put it behind the dang old fur, but that was stupid. A bit of a misplay on my part, obviously. So I'm like, okay, well, shit, I'm just gonna play the Great White and we're gonna one round this. And it worked. You'll love to see it. So we're gonna unfortunately get another fur here. Nothing I can do about that. There wasn't a fork in the road I could really do. We're just gonna get a bloat in our deck. And in about 20 seconds here is when I'm going to realize that the commentary was not recording the whole time, so that's fun. We're gonna be kind of like, oh, do I want flying or do I want comes back to life on my bugs? And I will leave you here for live commentary, Valk. Hello. It would appear that I've had no audio going for the last 20 minutes. So that's fun. Oh no. Great, so welcome to the video 20 minutes in. Yikers. Would you believe this isn't the first Inscryption recording that's gotten broken today? Earlier one of them got busted up by the encoding just not working properly, so that was cool. Oh, fucking hell. I'm not sure if I want flying or comes back to life for my ants. Considering one of my ant queens already comes back to life, I'm leaning flying, I think. Thematically appropriate. Wow, this is not going well on the old recording front. Anyway, welcome back to Inscryption. I got some great tips from viewers last time, including keep my deck thin, which is what I've been trying to do, as you've probably seen on this run so far. Fucking hell. We've got some great cards so far. Is this the bad? No, this is the good ribbon build. Sick. Alright, so what you want to do? You want to play the squirrel. You want to play the child 13. It gives you a flying ant. You love that. You're going to play the rabbit pelt that is full of blood. You're going to play the great white shark. You're going to execute all of them. Fantastic. Kind YouTube viewer gave me advice. I can always check my deck by pressing W twice. Quite helpful, thank you. We can get up and try and solve this puzzle, which is what I've been trying to do, but I have not been able to acquire a pronghorn so far, unfortunately. That's why we've been going for the deer. Sorry if my lovely voice wasn't in the first 20 minutes of this. Moose, buck, opossum, elk, another elk. I really don't want any of these. Don't really want that either. Okay, well. I hate all of these, to be honest. I guess I'm gonna take the grizzly. We might be able to play him. Sigillar campfire. Sigillar campfire. Or woodcutter, but I don't think we want to do woodcutter. I guess we can make something swim. Cool. I guess we're going to make the bear swim. It is strictly a better great white shark now, technically. It has 4 more HP, although it doesn't matter because it's going to swim. Yeah. Could make the stoat swim. He's actually kind of fragile. It might not be the worst idea in the world for him to swim. Or the wolf. One of them would probably benefit from swimming, I guess. Yeah, whatever. The wolf can have it. Just cut some garbage out of the deck. Totem challenge, I guess. Ooh, I see mycologists. I think I have something for them, right? I specifically earlier said I have something for the mycologists that maybe be awesome. I can't view my deck right now. Right. In a battle. 2 child 13s immediately. Okay, okay. That's potentially cool. It's maybe going to do something. So you play the squirrel. You play the child 13. You get an ant. You play a second child 13. Check if you have room for items. You do. So you play the second Child 13. This is like the perfect starting hand, honestly. You get a free boulder, which is something. You play the ant. Now, you go... actually, this is literally... It's literally less damage to play the grizzly than it is to just let the ant kill it, because it's 0-0-4 rather than 2-2-1. Just execute. Game over. One turn K. Oh, you love to see it. Thank you. And you get a boulder out of it. Alright, fantastic. I have something for the mycologists, right? I have 2 ant queens? Am I crazy? No, I gave their signal to this fellow. I can combine my rabbit pelts, which is probably not the best use of, well, anything. I don't want to combine my Child 13s. Not at all. Yeah, I guess we go to the sigil area then. We see what we get here. Sparrow. Another ant. I think I'm gonna take Sparrow and give flying to one of my cards that doesn't have flying yet. I'm gonna get a pack rat because I don't have inventory space. Ah! Flying grizzly bear? If we get a flying grizzly bear. Or a flying stoat. Honestly, the stoat is like 1 damage less than the grizzly. He can fly. 1 damage less and 2 blood less. So, I'm gonna get a pack rat here that's kind of obnoxious. Hopefully it's fine. I don't think I'm gonna get a chance to, I'm not gonna get a chance to get rid of him, essentially, unfortunately. Bummer, but, well, what are you gonna do, I guess? Trapper's here. I don't remember what your gimmick is. Oh, no, I remember what your gimmick is. Fucking obnoxious. These things. Child 13, though. That's a good thing to draw at the start. And you're the bug one, so hey, not bad. I mean, honestly, just like... use this to get it out of the way, I guess. Play the squirrel. Play Child 13 in place of the squirrel. Get a worker ant. Activate Child 13. I think that's what we want. Start clearing these stupid traps, I think. Do I want to play the smoke yet? Do I have any chance of like a one-hit KO? Probably not. Right? Not looking likely. I don't think so. You're going to kill my Child 13 next turn, which is a bummer. I feel like if I'm gonna use it, I should use it while I can. So we will, but I don't love it. Give me a new item. Another boulder. Lovely. Here. Block damage for me. Oh, shit. He changed back to non-attacking form. Right. Unfortunate. Elk fawn. Not really what you're looking for. Not really at all. Don't love this. I'm gonna take 1-2 damage. It's like doable. I don't really want to use the rabbit pelt on the elk fawn, you know? Let's take the 2, I guess. Not ideal, but hopefully fine. Okay. Yes, fine. Probably. I'm gonna play this. This is not the rabbit pelt that does the thing. Ah! Right. It's the other rabbit pelt. Alright, we're in a bit of a shit situation here. I have to draw a squirrel. Then I have to fucking put this elk fawn out. Not my favorite situation to be in. It will stop the damage for now. Or no, it won't. Oh no. This is a bit of a pickle, isn't it? There's the rabbit pelt I'm looking for. The one that gives blood. What are you looking? We're okay-ish. Okay, we're gonna play our wolf. Take 1 damage, but we should be. Actually, this is fine. Ow. This is not fine, really, but. Okay. Wing back! Okay, so we're taking 3. This is fine, still. Okay, I think. Ay vey. And queen. She flies. She's not worth killing my 5 damage wolf right now. We'll kill the adder. I'm taking 2 more. It's getting a little hairy. Little hairy. Attack! Oh, we're taking 4. Okay, this is starting to be very quickly unsustainable. Becoming a real-ass problem, actually. An enormous issue, one might say. Right, none of you are infinitely sacrificable at the moment. Kill. Not kill. Take 2 damage, I can survive it, barely. Okay, we're going to make it through this. Sort of. Barely. But Jesus Christ, is it kind of a bad situation. Just a little bit. My worker ant is dead, which sucks. Okay, first bit down. This fight's rough. Okay, so you're gonna let me trade for 4 of your creatures. I think this is okay. Do I want any of these? I mean, I want the ones that aren't going to, like, murder me. Or I want to stop these from murdering me, rather. I think I'm just gonna take, like, these 4 in the middle, probably. In the I can play the vulture. I'm pretty sure I have enough bones for it. Probably. I don't know, actually. Who do I not want to fight? Okay. Play the Rattler. Play the Raven. Right, you come back to life after. This is legal. We're fine. Good grief. What a long fight. Pronghorn? Pronghorn would be cool. Is a 3rd child 13 overkill? I'm probably, but not much I can do about it at this point, so... Okay. I think we're gonna sigil and try and get rid of the pack rat we have in our deck. Ideally. Thank you. Yeah, put it on a child 13. That works for me. Okay, final boss time. I did make it to him once on the run that shit the bed to encoding issues, so we'll see how this one goes. I have my fishhook still, which is pretty good. We'll see if it works out for me. You can't fishhook the moon, I know. Thanks for the bone. Did we get... That's funny. Actually, it's like overkill. We don't really want all 3 child 13s right at the start. I kind of want the mole man on my side. I'm gonna lie. Stop that mantis god. Or do I want mantis god on my side? Okay, well, let's start with sacrificing the smoke and putting out a child 13 at least. And then I want an ant. I want to turn you up. And then, yeah, I think I want Mole Man on my side. Because I'll actually be able to do pretty decent damage now. This is fine. So he'll block. Prospector's gonna be out. Don't. This is fine. Child 13 is not doing damage now, unfortunately, but like, that's okay, I think. Right? So that should be round 1 downed. Okay, great. Shadowy figures appear before you, and their eyes glimmered a recognition of kinship, but colored by guilt. They were betraying you. So those are death cards. There's an ant queen. Okay, I would like to sacrifice child 13 and mole man. Put the ant down. That's an extra ant. Now I need to do some quick maths. So these are doing 4 right now, plus 3 is 7. It'll do 2 more damage if I kill the stoat. Although they're already lethaling, so maybe don't fuck with it. Oh, no, they're not. Yes, they are. Skip the phase. Alright, alright. This is fine. This damned moon. That is value. That's another ant. Good gravy. Well, now it might be worth, well, the ants are going to die very quickly as part of an issue. It says child 13. Shoot. I think I'm gonna let the stoat eat a hit really quick, and then I'll bring out more ants. That was 9 damage, it's pretty good. This is fine, I think. Okay, so play the squirrel. Play the child 13. Get a free item. What is the item? It's bone tokens. Couldn't really see that, that's fine. Then play the worker ant off of the child 13, and play the other worker ant off of the stoat. We're swinging for 11 damage, that's pretty good. Our board is gonna wipe with it. Oh, they have 2 HP. Lovely. So they'll stick around another turn. You'd love to see that. Do I need a squirrel? I think I need a squirrel. Right? I'll take 1 damage if I don't. Do I want to play my next child 13 yet? That's a hard call. I don't want to play the squirrel yet. I think I'd rather just take a damage. right? These are gonna kind of eat shit in a second here. 9 more. We're about to become significantly weaker, though. Oh, he didn't actually damage me? Okay, that's interesting. What do I want here? A grizzly, I think? Play the child. Let go. That's pretty good. That's pretty useful. Let go in a jar. How much HP do you have? Only 1. Bit spooky. Ant Queen comes back, right? Forgot about that. Well, in that case, I should probably pop you, play you, reactivate you, get a fresh ant, which gives me a new worker ant. Okay. 3 more damage. Child 13's dead again. That's okay. Just play that for defense, really. The moon is dead! The moon is dead. We blew up the moon. We never got the horn I needed, but that's okay. So sorry that the commentary was missing for half of the video here. Cannot seem to break the bad luck streak with this game, and I hope it looks okay. I had to mess with some of the encoding settings, but it should hopefully be better. Yeah. Okay, I need to write this down now so I don't go to sleep and tell myself I dreamt it. I'm working late and testing the latest build, and out of nowhere the angler starts freaking out. Like he pulled something out of the river with his hook, then he gets up and walks. There is no walk animation for this character. What the fuck? He walked right into the cabin. I followed him in, couldn't find him. Leshy had some new dialogue lines that I cannot find in the dialogue file. He said something about some old data and how the angler served him well or something. I'm so tired that I'm already wondering if I made this up. Oh. At the end of the owner's turn, Wild Bull will move in the direction inscribed in the sigil. So you get more cards, huh? Cool. Challenge unlocked. Boss battles are also totem battles. Alright. Cool. Well, that's going to be all for this time. Thank you again for the tips. Really helpful in the comments. I appreciate it. That helped a ton. I got better pretty quickly, I think. Although, you know, the games just get harder with higher ascension levels. Let me know if you'd like to see more of this. I apologize again for the commentary being gone for half of it. I'll make sure I put a note at the start of the video, but yeah. I'll see you next time.